Okay, if you have spent any time at all on the internet, you've definitely seen them. I'm talking about orange cats, just tumbling through our feeds in this glorious, chaotic blaze. There is this entire culture built around them, this idea that they have a very unique personality. And today, we're going to peel back the layers of the meme and find out what the science actually says.
And it really all starts with this, right? This hilarious, kind of affectionate joke that has become the internet's default explanation for why orange cats seem so, well, so extra. It's a joke, obviously, but it captures this feeling that so many people have about their ginger pets. It is the perfect place for us to start.
And that really is the big question, isn't it? Is there a real biological reason behind this whole stereotype, or is it kind of all in our heads? So we're going to put the memes aside for a bit and really get to the bottom of what makes an orange cat tick.
Before we can get to the science, we have to really understand the stereotype itself. I mean, what is orange cat behavior? It's more than just that one brain cell idea. It's this whole personality profile that's been built up through, millions of shared videos and stories online. And these stereotypes are surprisingly specific. You talk to owners, and they'll consistently say their orange cats are incredibly social, super chatty, and just playful balls of energy. They're seen as the little daredevils of the cat world, always doing something silly or risky, and they are famously motivated by snacks. Now, social media didn't invent these ideas, but wow, it cranked the volume up to 11. So, where does science even begin to unravel all this? Well, the first and probably the most important clue isn't in their behavior at all. Nope. It's hidden deep inside their DNA, and the very code that makes them orange in the first place.
And here it is. This is the first major plot twist in our story. A staggering 80% of all orange cats are male. 80. This is not a coincidence. It is a critical piece of the genetic puzzle that honestly changes everything.
So why the huge gender gap? It's because the gene for that orange fur is what's called X-linked. It's carried on the X chromosome. A male cat with his XY chromosomes only needs to get one copy of that orange gene on his 1X to be a ginger. But a female who has two X chromosomes has to hit the genetic jackpot and inherit that gene from both of her parents. It's just a game of probabilities, and the odds are way in favor of the boys.
Now here's a crazy fact. For more than 100 years, scientists knew this orange gene was on the X chromosome, but they could not, for the life of them, figure out exactly which one it was. It was one of modern genetics' little mysteries, just hiding in plain sight on every orange cat out there. But that mystery has finally been solved.
And here is the breakthrough. In 2023, researchers figured it out. The gene is called RHGAP36. It turns out a specific mutation in this one gene is what flips a switch in a cat's pigment cells. It tells them to stop producing dark pigment and start producing the lighter stuff that gives us that classic signature orange color.
Okay, so now we have the genetic key. How does this connect back to their behavior? How does a gene for fur color help explain why orange cats are supposedly so chaotic and friendly? Well, the answer is somehow both simpler and way more complex than you might think.
You see, the secret isn't actually in the orange pigment itself. The biggest, most powerful reason for orange cat behavior is that fact we just learned. Roughly 80% of them are male. And it just so happens that there are well-known behavioral differences between male and female cats that line up almost perfectly with the orange cat stereotype.
So it's not just one thing, it's this whole cocktail of factors. First, you have those sex-linked traits. Male cats, on average, are just a bit more social and bold. Then you add our own psychology to the mix, something called confirmation bias. We expect to see a silly orange cat, so when one does something silly, our brain goes, "See, I knew it." Social media then pours gasoline on that fire by showing us only the funniest, most chaotic clips. And on top of all that, a cat's individual upbringing and even the way we treat them because of their cool color all play a huge role.
And this, right here, illustrates the whole story perfectly. The internet meme tells a simple story. Orange fur causes chaotic behavior. But the science shows us that reality is so much more interesting. The behavior is real, but the reasons behind it are this complex mix of the cat's biological sex, our own perceptions, and the environment we create for them.
All right, let's bring it all home. After peeling back all these layers of genetics and gender and psychology, what is the final verdict on this whole orange cat phenomenon? Is it fact or is it fiction?
You know, you can really feel the excitement from the scientists who made this discovery. Professor Sasaki, one of the lead researchers, said, "Identifying the gene has been a long-time dream, so it's a joy to have finally cracked it." And that joy isn't just about solving a scientific puzzle. It's about giving us the tools to finally understand the reality behind this myth that we've all come to know and love.
And the reality is this: the famous orange cat behavior is a product of our perception, not their pigment. Those affectionate, bold, and yeah, sometimes totally chaotic behaviors are absolutely real. We're not imagining them, but we've been attributing them to the wrong cause. We've been looking at their fur, when we really should have been looking at a combination of their sex, their upbringing, and our own expectations.
But here's one final, absolutely tantalizing twist. The researchers who found that gene, ARGAP36, they noted something fascinating. It's also active in the brain. Now, they're very clear there is no scientific evidence of a behavioral link yet. But it leaves us with this incredible question. We may have solved the mystery of the orange color, but could this very same gene be influencing more than just the shade of their fur? The science on this is definitely not over.